Welcome to PowerDrift, fellows. गोया तुमचे स्वागत असा. Now I'm here in Goa in front of you to bring to you mine and my able comrade Ninad Mirajgaonkar's first impressions of the Audi Q3. And here we are once again with the Audi Q3 in its latest form and shape. And this is exactly where we shall begin our first drive impressions. Ninad, what's really new on the outside?
So there are very few changes to the outside of the car, but the first thing that you will notice is the new grille. It has matte chrome similar to the one that is also used on the new dash plate, and the overall front looks a little broader and lot more aggressive than the previous car. That is also because it gets a new bumper which has bigger, bolder fog lamp housing, but there are no fog lamps in there, and that is because Audi is using new LED headlamps which are segment first. They provide enough illumination in foggy conditions and low light that Audi could just do away with the fog lamps altogether. The only thing that you will see different on the side is the 10-spoke alloy wheels. And if you come to the back, you are going to be really hard pressed to find if there is any difference at all. Well, there are a few changes to the internals of the tail lamps, but trust me, there's no chance that you're going to find it, at least in the first glance.
Well, yes, there is not a whole lot of changes at the back or onto the side, but then the new Audi Q3 manages to look a lot more aggressive, yet in a very subtle manner. Unlike the competition, which loves the usage of cuts and creases and muscles in their design language, making them looking like Sylvester Stallone, this one manages to look like Jason Statham. So on the inside there are some changes for sure.
So the first thing is the aluminium inserts, one for the dashboard and one for the surrounding around the lever, gear lever that is, and on the door. So all in all, they have added few bits of chrome across the cabin.
True,
that makes the entire cabin look a little more premium.
Also, the last couple of times we were driving around in the Q3, we were missing out on certain items which are included in the latest iteration. What are they?
First one is the rear camera, of course.
That's right.
And that makes a big difference.
For sure.
Especially if you are in a SUV where you have a very small rear windshield.
Yeah.
And a tiny cabin mirror. And the most important change is the paddle shifters.
Bang on there, and that's the gain or the advantage that I'm enjoying right now. I've got the minus in my left hand, the plus in my right hand, and there it is, a downshift. This is a 2-liter diesel engine churning out, yes, 177 horses, 380 Newton meters of torque. No changes on the engine. Under the hood, the car remains the same, and no complaints there because we really had no complaints with the engine.
And can do everything that diesel is required to, right? It's efficient.
Yeah.
It's got 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, so it's quick as well.
True.
You know, we generally buy diesel like a compromise, but then it sounds like this, you just say, well, it's
not a compromise. Yes.
Q3 ride has always been nice. It continues to use the same tires. They are the Scorpions.
Pirelli Scorpions. Yes.
The 235, 55, 17 tires. 17-inch rims.
If you want to find out about the ride and handling of the Q3, well then do take a look at our Q3 dynamic video. Whoa! Okay, that was. The car does all the thinking, studies the driver inputs. I could be falling onto Ninad Mirajgaonkar right now. There are no changes whatsoever in the ride and handling department. It's just the same. The other interesting thing is phone cradle. Good part is, of course, it also comes with the USB port right there in the phone cradle.
Dock your phone, put it on charging, connect it to the system, play your music, and it's not even using as much battery because it's not using its own antenna.
One last thing which we have missed out on as a big change in today's Q3, which is the dynamic drive select. What the dynamic drive select does is you select your driving mode. The throttle response is crisper if you're in sport mode. In comfort mode, it's a lot more laid back, right?
And your gear shift points change. So in sport mode, the gear shifts are going to be much later. The performance is going to be instant. Secret behind the success of the Q3 is it is actually a very versatile car. To start with, it has the Quattro, which it proudly also displays on the bonnet.
Yeah.
You can drive around in traffic, on tiny country roads like we are driving in Goa. It has a very efficient 2-liter engine. Most important thing that it can do is with the Quattro, it can do a little bit of off-roading. That is something that no other car in the segment has been able to offer.
A very likable product, and by which you may also say it makes it a very flamboyant product, something that you can definitely show off in. That's it then, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to end it here. This is the newest iteration of the Q3, and this is the newest color that the Q3 will be coming up in. This is also the diesel one. We haven't had a chance to test out the petrol one. We will know more about that car sometime later. Do remember to subscribe to PowerDrift. Are the cars in the frame? Oh no, 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 no. What?